Private Ryan by Sylvester Stallone. So it kind of starts out where Tom Hanks, like Woody from Toy Story, is all like, "Hey guys, make sure your chambers are clear and whatnot." And they're floating on a nice little boat. Yeah, kind of like that. And then, actually, what's really funny? Actually, in that scene, there's a guy praying, there's a guy smoking a cigarette, and there's a guy in the background throwing up. And then they get to this weird beach, but it's not like voluntary beach day. Like, apparently, like, higher ups are really pissed off that all the lower enlisted are on the beach. So obviously they start opening fire on these guys, and they're all like, "Oh my god, please stop." And then they're like, "Oh my god, this isn't fair." And then some guy gets shot in the helmet, and he takes off his helmet, and all of a sudden he gets shot again in the helmet. Not in the head, just the helmet. So then they,
this guy named Slushy, I know.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so they kind of just go on this nice little adventure, and then they kill all these Germans, and this guy goes, "Well, look, I washed for supper." So then he dies. A couple of days later, another higher up goes to Woody Allen. He goes, "Hey, I need you and a bunch of guys to go save Steve from some other place. All 15 of his brothers died in Vietnam. And, yeah, so you gotta go save him." So then they go to this other fucking place, and there's a sniper, and he goes, "Oh my god, the sniper has talent." And then Vin Diesel, Dom, because I guess he didn't have family back then, gets shot, and then he dies.
God damn it.
So then they go to this other place where they're like a casualty control point, and that's where you find out what FUBAR really means. And they're all looking at all these dead dog tags, and then there's this guy that can't fucking hear because a grenade blew up in his ear. And he goes, "Oh, I know a guy from Rommel." And they're like, "Oh, okay, so I guess we know where Saving Steven is." So then they find that place, whatever, and there's the last bridge, and Rommel is trying to take his tank division through it. And they're like, "Oh, well, my mom will understand if I die for my country like my brothers." And then they're like, "Oh, well, we're going to take you back because you're a private and you're a little bitch." So Tom Hanks pulls out a razor blade and starts shaving his privates. And then Rommel's forces come, and they use sticky bombs, and like 4 people end up blowing themselves up with their own sticky bombs. Then there's like a 25mm thingy, and then those guys blow up. The Jewish guy gets stabbed in the chest, and out of all people, Oppum lives, and then Tom Hanks dies at the end. But before he dies, he shoots at a tank with the handgun, and it blows up. And he's like, "You better earn your living." And all of a sudden, it like reverts back to when he's like an old man. And he's all like, "Oh my god, these guys saved my life." And they're like, "Oh my god, something really happened with this guy's life. Where's Dom and his family?" And that is the story of Saving Private Ryan. Any questions?